Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the little gems floating on the Indian Ocean, are situated far from the mainland India in isolation. These islands, considered the southernmost tip of India, are a veritable paradise for various flora and fauna. It has an archipelago of 572 islands, stretching over a length of 700 kilometers, but only 36 of these islands are inhabited. The climate here is hot and humid, with little variation in temperature. The islands receive on an average 3,180 mm rainfall in a year. Nature in its bounty can be experienced on these islands. 92% of the geographic area is covered by vegetation. Marine activities, agricultural production, and poultry farming are the main occupation of the inhabitants. Poultry population of these islands consists of Nicobari fowl, frizzle fowl, naked neck, assel, red jungle fowl, and mongrels. Some exotic poultry germplasms and strains have also been introduced by the Central Agricultural Research Institute, CARE, Port Blair, the Department of Animal Husbandry, and farmers who have migrated from different states. However, studies show that the Nicobari fowl, which originated long back in Nicobar group of islands, is better than most of the indigenous breeds of India. The Nicobari fowl is particularly found in Nicobar group of islands, namely Car Nicobar, Teresa, Kamota, Kachal, Kondul, Pilomilo, and Kilanchang Islands. These birds are also found now in the Andaman group of islands, thanks to the migration of inhabitants of Changan Basti of Great Nicobar to the Andamans. The bird has retained its genetic purity because of the isolation of the islands from the mainland. The Nicobari fowl lays the maximum eggs among all indigenous birds of India, while most other indigenous poultry species lay about 50 to 80 eggs per annum. The Nicobari fowl lays 120 to 150 eggs per annum without any extra feed supplementation. Local people and the tribals prefer these birds because of their higher egg production and ability to survive most of the common poultry diseases. The Nicobari fowl is locally known as takneet, that is, the birds having short legs. The Nicobari fowl is small to medium sized, having a brown mattish color on the body, with a pinkish white thickset, well curved beak, and a short and thick neck. The color of the plumage is black, tipped with brown color. The fowl is a scavenging bird, adapted to hot and humid conditions of the islands. The bird, after laying eggs in the morning, walks long distances in the forest and neighborhood in search of food. It returns only at dusk. It takes shelter in bushes, trees, or inside a co-op near a house. It can fly short distances to protect itself from predators. In the farm backyard, a small house of locally available materials can be made with the provision of light to provide brooding facility for the chicks. The floor should be damp-proof, and materials like sawdust, chopped dry leaves can be spread on the ground. In a corner of the house, provision may be made for egg laying. The birds find a water source and scavenge around the homestead to fulfill its nutritional requirements. The Nicobari fowl can survive well on kitchen waste, coconut grating, insects, pests, wild seed, grains, grasses and other vegetables. The termite is the choicest food for this bird. It picks the larvae and eggs, thus providing a biological control of the insect. The fowl has an intake of 80 to 90 grams of food per day, as against the white leghorn, which feeds 110 to 115 grams per day. A Nicobari chick will feed approximately 6 kgs in the period from 0 to 20 weeks of age. The Nicobari hen is considered a good mother as she broods well. Both the male and female protect their chicks from predators. The fighting instinct is high in the male. The males fight amongst themselves to get a pecking order in a flock. Under free-range conditions, the Nicobari fowl produces 142 to 150 eggs per annum. It starts laying eggs at the age of 170 to 200 days. Mortality during laying period varies from 2 to 10%. Weight at sexual maturity of hen ranges from 1,150 to 1,300 grams. The average weight of the male is about 2 kg. The average hatchability of Nicobari hens by natural incubation is 94%. The Central Agricultural Research Institute, Port Blair, is engaged in multidisciplinary research in the discipline of field crops, horticulture and forestry, animal science, fisheries science and natural resource management, and transfers the technologies generated through social science section and KVK to cater to the needs of farmers and tribals of these islands. Research at the Institute gave birth to 2 improved strains of the bird. These were developed based on plumage color, comb type, body size, egg production, and age at sexual maturity. Almost all the morphological characteristics were retained in the new strains. These 2 varieties showed better productivity potential.
We have characterized molecular level for this disease resistance property also, and we have seen that RPT-PCR analysis, the genetic distance of these birds from other birds throughout India.
The average egg weight in white Nicobari is 43 grams, black 44 grams, and brown 42 grams. In case of artificial hatching, the eggs are kept in the incubator for 21 days. A week after keeping, the eggs are candled for fertility status. The hatchability percentage in all the 3 strains is 70 to 85%. The day-old body weight of black Nicobari chicks is 37 grams, higher than the white Nicobari, which weighs 35 grams. Nicobari chicks need brooding if hatched artificially. They require extra heat for 5 to 6 weeks period after hatching. Electric bulbs or other source of heat could be provided. Floor space of 0.5 square feet per chick is enough. The initial period of 4 to 5 weeks of the chicks require utmost care. If there is a backyard, the chicks may be allowed to scavenge outside after 6 weeks of age. Supplemental food needs to be given during the period. As the chick grows into an adult, it looks for its own food. Under the deep litter system, the genetically improved white strain of Nicobari fowl lays as many as 162 to 170 eggs per annum. The black variety lays 150 to 160 eggs. And the brown lays 142 to 150 eggs. On the basis of higher body weight, the black Nicobari is also used for meat. The Nicobari fowl is comparatively resistant to most of the poultry diseases and does not require vaccinations, even in field conditions. Rearing these birds has proved economical. 35 eggs can be obtained daily from 100 birds reared in the open range system. This can fetch 157 rupees 50 paise at 4 rupees 50 paise per egg daily without any expenditure. CARI provides regular training to interested farmers to rear these birds under the backyard system. The Nicobari fowl is also distributed to them.
Though the nutritional quality of both Nicobari fowl's egg and commercial layer eggs are found to be same, there is a strong consumer preference on Nicobari fowl's egg by the local people of Andaman. It can be very well seen by the higher price it fetches in the local market. Each Nicobari fowl egg is sold at the rate of 4 rupees 50 paisa to 5 rupees.
Nicobari fowls are increasingly being used for backyard rearing in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Family members use it for eggs and meat, and the surplus is sold. It's also a source of income for unemployed youth and women in these islands. The bird requires practically no investment and no management, and its high price and popularity in the local market makes a lucrative business for farmers.
I brought some Nicobari fowls from CARI for rearing and get about 10 to 12 eggs daily. Now there is no need for me to buy eggs from the market. The eggs given by these birds are sufficient to me.
I get 15 to 20 eggs from my Nicobari fowls. There is no need for me to buy from the shop. I find it sufficient for my children and family members. I also sell the surplus eggs at 3 to 4 rupees per egg, which gives me extra income. Hence, I am not dependent on my husband financially. Besides, by eating insects and pests around my home, they keep the place clean. I would say if a family is well, a village would be well and the whole country would prosper.
The Nicobari fowl is a precious native germplasm of the country, which has generated hopes among rural and tribal people to improve their farm income. The fowl is useful as a backyard poultry in remote areas where intensive poultry farming is difficult. This endangered germplasm of the country needs to be conserved for future exploitation.